Happy Friday. This is Brenna Stahl helping you be your best you. So I made a huge mistake 2 days ago. Um, you may have heard the story that I told about booking the flight to Africa in the wrong name. Well, this is probably the second worst flight flight mistake. So I was packing we were going for Derek's graduation, which was yesterday. I was packing on Wednesday, and we were supposed to leave the house at 5. Hey, Kay. Hey, Nona. Chris is always a little nervous in these times because I tend to run like 5 minutes late almost everywhere. So how can I, hi Jenny, hey Lorraine, I don't know how I can run 5 minutes late. Why can't I just be on time? But anyway, I'm consistently 5 minutes late. So he had told me we're gonna leave at 5. Hey Lisa, hey Lorraine, and so I was trying to make sure I was ready. Hey Lisa, and I thought I'm going to be ready early. This time I'm going to do it early. I got my stuff packed. Now it helps when you're flying an airline that does not allow you to bring anything but one backpack. That makes packing a lot easier. There's no purse. There's nothing but one backpack. So I have learned, since I've done it now 9 or 10 times, a way to kind of, it can be a little stressful at the beginning trying to do that, but I've learned I can do that. So I got things packed. I was really pretty excited. It was 3:30. I'm like an hour and a half early. And so I was just doing some things with the girls. I was cutting up vegetables. I was cutting up fruit. I was preparing a simple dinner that we could eat together before we left. And I was tidying the house. And, so at 5 o'clock, Chris is like, we need to go. And I was like, honey, I checked on GPS, and GPS said it took us 33 minutes to get to the airport. So I was like, do we really need to leave that early? Because our flight doesn't leave till 7:15. And so he said, okay, a little hesitant, but I went ahead and leisurely ate my dinner with the family, and so we took off, and you know what? We were making great time. We were headed east on I-10, and we were making great time. And we were looking across at the other cars going west, going, oh my goodness, good thing we're not on that side, because it was literally a total standstill and going west. So at about 59th Avenue and I-10, which is almost 25 minutes from our house, I realized, I'd kind of been pretty smug about how lightweight my backpack was. Like, gosh, this is all I'm taking, and it's so lightweight, and this is unbelievable. And then I realized, I don't have a purse with me, and I did not transfer. Of course, I got the lip gloss. I got stuff like that, but I forgot to transfer my wallet, which had what in it? My ID. Even when we were getting in the car, I said, okay, checklist, things we really, really need to have. We've got our boarding passes, and we went through this checklist, but I did not say ID. So then I realized, I can't get on this plane. I can't make this flight without my driver's license. So Chris quickly takes the exit, and we start, construction, Pat. Construction, big time. We turned around, and we called Micah, too, at the same time. We're like, Micah, can you just meet us? And to make a long story short, we kept calling him. He got in the car, brought my purse, got in the car, started driving. Micah to the rescue. Whenever you see him next, congratulate him on being such an amazing son. But we kept telling him, actually, we need you to come farther east. We need to come. And every time we talked and he would get to that spot, we had only gone like a quarter of a mile, and he would have gone 5 or 6 miles by that time. And so we kept telling him, come a little farther, come a little farther. It was literally at a standstill. We were off. We had exited I-10, but we were surrounded by semis that were all just literally, I could have crawled quicker than how fast we were going. I mean, walking would have been like running compared to what we were doing. Like, I was sitting there going, I know I could get out on my hands and knees, go faster than what we're doing right now. So I was amazed at Chris. This whole time, he kept his cool. He did not say one negative thing. He was in proactive mode, like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? He didn't blame me. He didn't say, you messed something up again. Whatever he could have said, we're not going to make this flight. Now, I was, yes, Pat, we need the new 202 extension. You're working on that, right? You're working on that for us over there at ADOT. So, anyway, Chris kept his cool the whole time. Basically, Micah just ended up coming almost all the way to us and brought us, threw my purse over, not threw it, handed it through the window, and we grabbed the wallet, and we gave him the purse back, and Chris was able to shimmy between some semis to get in a lane that could head us east. Everyone was trying to go west, and we were able to get on. Meanwhile, I've been praying the whole time that the flight's delayed, right? Because it's like getting close to 6:30, the flight's leaving at 7:15. We're still 20 minutes away from the airport. We've got to get parked. We've got to get through security, all of that. And so I was so amazed the whole time. We get there. Chris still has not said one mean thing to me or one negative thing. He's just being very proactive about he's going to park. He's dropping me off. Tell them to hold the door if they can. He dropped me off. I ran up there. I ran up to the screen, and the flight had been delayed for 15 minutes. By the time I got to the gate, through security and to the gate, it had been delayed 5 minutes more. And by the time Chris came, he literally was running down the hallway, and he ran right into line with the A's, and he boarded onto Southwest Airlines. Yay! I'm okay. So I've been moving around because I lost my signal. So I'm in a new spot. But what I wanted to say was, you know what? Isn't it wonderful when we can treat our family members with respect and show them that we cherish them more than whatever the crisis is going on or whatever accident they caused or whatever? I want you to know I felt so cherished as a wife. And then even on the flight back last night, it was cold and it was a red eye, and Chris put his jacket over me. I knew that, oh, we can fly without ID, Jana? Have to answer questions from TSA. Okay, get a pat down. Okay, I'm glad to know that. I don't think I'll be forgetting my ID again, but everyone just know that. That's good to know. So, anyway, and then he even moved. We had a row to ourselves, but he even moved like over to with a guy that was sitting across the aisle from us and said, why don't you stretch out on these 3 seats? And I just want to say, I mean, when you're talking about like special things for Mother's Day and stuff like that, you know what? I don't think it gets any better than being cherished. You know, when you've done something that you know is just like a little idiotic, you know it. So I just encourage us all to live with understanding with our spouses. We all have weaknesses, right? We need to live with understanding and respect. and always assume the best, and always just try to help. And you know, that really is the best gift that we can give our spouses, is to just live with understanding, be kind as kind as you would to a stranger or to a friend. And that's all I really had to say today. We made it through the crisis. Chris is my hero. Micah is my hero. I've got to think of something to do for that boy. But thankfully we made the flight, we saw the graduation, and we got home safely. So love you guys. I wish you guys a great weekend, and just go be your best you. Bye-bye.